locked away, and how much better going forward. It's a very concealed start here, the 1350. So just looking at the screen here, how much better has gone in. The light is on, ready to go. And they're off and racing now, and no real speed there by Spear Chade, who's going to settle well back in the field. And Elusive Missions jumped away pretty sharply, and how much better up on the outside. Preordained very handy, and the favourite Figment's going to settle in fourth. Now Water Creek Park's a lot handier in the run, going to fifth there, and the white cap on the outside. 2 lengths then to Discover on the outside of Sir Morris. Further back to Spear Chade, and Dumbelievin' is the last one. Elusive Mission leads here from the debutant, How Much Better at the 800 metres, and they're 2 lengths clear. From moving up on the inside now is Water Creek Park on the inside of Preordain. 2 lengths further back to the favourite Figment on the outside of Sir Morris. Now Discover is well in the market, is back third last from Dumbelievin', and Spear Chade last about 8 lengths off the lead. So Elusive Mission shows the way approaching the corner by a length now, and How Much Better under pressure. 2 lengths away to Water Creek Park, then came Preordain as they come up to the turn, and Figment's pulling 3 wide around the turn. Elusive Mission and How Much Better, the pair brushed at that point. How Much Better puts the head in front from Elusive Mission. Figment starting to hit top gear, and now Discovers winding up on the outside. How Much Better takes a narrow lead. How Much Better in front, clinging on. How Much Better just from Discover, photo third Elusive Mission, and Dumbelievin' rattling home and close up Figment. Then Preordained from Sir Morris, Spear Chade and Water Park Creek.
Well, this golden run continues for Sarah Ryan, and much better. A debutante who's set up close to the speed. Karen McAvoy on board. We'll get in just. Gee, they were coming hard and fast late. Dumbelievin' has absolutely stormed home from the back, and Discover, who was the other grey in the race, was bursting through. Back to the inside was Elusive Mission. But on debut, much better. We'll cling on and win. Looks like 6, maybe just over 2 and 10. We'll confirm all placings there. But a debutante starts the day in the best possible note.
Yeah, very busy finish, wasn't it? And How Much Better hung tough there over the concluding stages. Had a nice run up outside the lead, and always travelled kindly. We were a little bit worried about the awkward draw today, but he was able to get across quite comfortably and offer a big kick in the straight, and has done just enough to get home. The margin not great, but I'm sure connections will be wrapped that he's been able to kick off his career with a win.
Indeed he has. The family that Sarah knows so well by All Too Hard at the Starcraft mare in Daila. Half to much better, and How Much Better starts the day with a victory. Karen McAvoy on board. Sarah's about to join us, and that's a good way to start his career.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, he was gritty. I was a little bit nervous there for a little bit, but Karen got him to a great spot. When he got that breather and he switched off, I was really happy with that finish.
He had to hang tough because they were coming to his inside and coming to his outside.
Yeah, very much so, and there's still improvement there. Like, he was wobbling all over the track down the straight, so we'll bring him home and see where we go with him.
A lot of improvement to come, but you'd expect that only having his first day at the race.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, he's a cool little horse, and I'm excited that he's kicked off with a win.
Well, I suppose you'll just take him home now and see how he goes, but well, he looked like he was... You're going to press on with him is what I'm trying to say. We'll
see what he does the next few days. Obviously, he ran a very big race today, so we'll just bring him home. He'll tell me what he wants.
Lovely horse, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Hopefully he's as good as his brother.
Let's hope so. Well done.
Thank you.
Sarah Ryan winning trainer. Long head by short head. Good finish. 3.62.10 the numbers here. 120.21. 35.08 the last 600 metres. Karen McAvoy, winning rider in the Domeland colours. After a couple of trials, comes here on debut and gets the job done over Dumbelievin', who absolutely stormed home. First up since August. He came back at gelding today, that son of Dundeel, and he motored home around this tight track. The 2 got third, and that was Discover. That was a good run first up from a break. There'll be a win in him soon enough, and 10 winds up in 4th spot, and that was Elusive Mission. So 3, 6, 2 and 10 placings confirmed after race number 1, and Karen's about to join Shani.
Mac, what did you think of him? He was a little bit cheeky, a few little things to learn, but it was a really nice effort on debut.
Yeah, it was. I must admit, I only picked up this morning, but he looked at trial nice, and happy that he began nice. I was able to go forward. He was a little bit energetic and playful in the prelim, but he applied himself really well, had to tough it out, so he's done a good job there.
Do you think going forward he'll make a nice horse?
I think so. You know, Sarah will know whether he needs to be gelded or not, but that'll come in time, and I think he'll stretch out over a little bit further. So he covers the ground well, and there's improvement to come. So there's lots of upside to him. Yep.
It's a track.
Lovely. Yep, perfect ground. Yep. Thank you.
Karen McAvoy is fast today with the winner. So how much better? Takes out the first. 120.21, 35.08, 362.10. We're underway here on Magic Millions Day at Wyong.
Really easy in the market today. Ran a blinder on the Kenzo last time, but that was on soft going. So Scarlet Prince, a big drifter in the market, goes forward. There's the light. Youthful's been heavily backed. Randy last at Hawkesbury, probably should have won. They're off and racing here, and the grey Youthful's going to settle in the second half of the field. Now, Whiteout Scarlet Prince jump well. Aunt Roberta straight into the bridle. And racing at a very forward roll there is Super Trail. And Super Trail's the first to find the fence and the lead. Aunt Roberta being restrained there, wants to get into its slipstream. And Scarlet Prince has got a similar idea. They're followed then by the stablemate Old Greg, who parks in fourth position as they turn out of the straight. A length or so to Statesville, and this heavily backed favourite Youthful is going to settle last of all and about 6 lengths off the lead. So they've got 1,500 metres to gallop, working to the back. And it's Super Trail in the stripe colours showing the way. Super Trail by 2 lengths and Aunt Roberta. Followed then by Scarlet Prince, Old Greg, then Statesville. And Youthful is sat back last of all. So no change to the order. And they're pretty much in single file as well as they go to the back. And Super Trail in front by 2.5 to Aunt Roberta. 2 lengths away to Scarlet Prince. And a gap to Old Greg from Statesville. And Youthful, who's the $2.30 post-time favourite, is still back last as they work down the back. So they're well inside the halfway mark now. And running along at a pretty strong gallop here is Super Trail. Nothing's been able to make any headway on it at the moment. And Super Trail is still 3 lengths clear from Aunt Roberta there at the 800 metres, 2 after Scarlet Prince. Then came Statesville from Old Greg, and Youthful is still back last and being ridden up in that position. So it's got a lot of work to do, this heavily back favourite. And down the side, it's Super Trail still with a good lead. Super Trail, the best part of 3 lengths in front. 2 Aunt Roberta and Scarlet Prince. They're side by side in second spot now. Then came Statesville from Old Greg, and Youthful under a vigorous rider's got it all to do. Super Trail comes around the corner, a length and a half clear. Aunt Roberta's flat to the boards than Scarlet Prince. Youthful's been safe for one last crack at them coming down the outside. Super Trail 3 in front. Scarlet Prince labouring. Youthful is trying to get there, but Super Trail in front from Youthful. Super Trail's clinging on. Super Trail led all the way from Youthful. 3/4 between them at the end. Scarlet Prince third, followed by Old Greg, then Statesville, and Aunt Roberta. She didn't do much in the straight. She's run last.
Rachel King's pinched it here on Super Trail, who was off and gone. And you were very nervous if you took the near evens about Youthful, and try as she may, and didn't she cut into that margin? She was 10 or 12 off them coming down the side. But Rachel King elected to go at about the 800, caught them all napping and kept going and had enough in hand to win over the fast finishing Youthful, who was a mile back. But the ride won the race with Super Trail. Scarlet Prince winds up in third spot, and Old Greg will be fourth. Super Trail, what a ride.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned to build up that big break down the back of the track. I was looking back to those at the tail of the field, and they weren't making a great deal of headway. And Super Trail, this 4-year-old by So You Think, rock hard fit, just kept on trucking today. Another placing here for the favourite, who has worked home steadily into second spot. But Super Trail much too good in race number 2. and Gav will be looking to catch up with Brett Kavanagh, who was doing the strapping duties.
Yes, indeed. As I said pre-race, times must be tough at Scone when you strap Tamworth into Wyong. Good to see you here, Cav. That was some ride.
Yeah, I had a quick chat to her when we weighed out, and I said, look, he's a fit horse. Mitchell said to me that he held him up a touch, and it didn't really work. So the plan was just let him go at a nice gallop. Rachel said she wanted to take off down the back on him, and I said, look, you're on a fit horse, I'll back you. So she's riding Group 1s and I'm training Class 1, so I'm going to listen to her, aren't I?
You are indeed, my friend. But I tell you what, he wouldn't know how to run a bad race, this bloke.
No, he might be a progressive stayer. I was just worried we might have went one too many today, but owners are good trainers sometimes. Adam, well done, Adam White.
Mate, what has been the key to him? Just keeping him happy and keeping him going? You know, because he's had a few runs this prep.
No, look, just every couple of weeks, get the miles into his legs. You know, he started off down with Mood down south, and he tried him a couple of times. He's probably got too many blue bloods, so we flicked him, and I was lucky to get hold of him to train.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.
There is Brett Kavanagh, the winning trainer. Super Trail comes back after winning today. So that was the intention. Rachel said, according to Cav, that I want to get moving, and that she did. Caught them all napping.
She's done it a few times lately on a few stayers at different tracks, especially on the Kenzo. First horse that comes to mind is Father's Day a few weeks ago on the Kenzo track. She did it on him, and again at Warwick Farm a few starts later, but horses just run for her and they just keep going. So she stole the race when she elected to do what she did, and I thought Youthful was brilliant, considering at about the 600 metre mark we were all saying, well, there's no way she can win from there. She made up a lot of ground. Maybe a track like Newcastle, Wyong probably doesn't suit her, and I'm sure they'll find the right race for her. They might even head to the Magic Millions with her, I'm not too sure, but Rach has pulled off a brilliant ride. Well done, you got the tactics perfect and they weren't able to run you down.
Yeah, look, he's had the couple of runs sort of up over a good distance the last two starts, and he was very fit, and they just sort of out sprinted him a bit the last two starts he'd had. So Brett and I had a chat before and thought, well, if we get it easy enough, we'll just start ramping it up a little bit from home, and yeah, it worked.
Did he travel like the winner the whole way?
He did, yeah, he travelled super. He probably got a little bit lonely just the last, sort of from the 600 when I was asking him to go, and he had no one there, but credit to him, he stuck his head out and kept going to the line.
Well done, Rach.
Thank you.
The third race of the day here at Wyong, benchmark 64 over a mile. So they're locked and loaded. There's the light, and we're ready to go. Gates are back now, and they're off and racing. At Oakfield, Twilight hopped out of the gates really well from Candy Kiss, Noble Empress, and Silent Russian being sent forward. Ritzy 20s is trying to get into the race as well up on the outside. Uncaged is going around runners. Now Mistress, the favourite's going to settle third last. In advance of Seething Seb, and Tip-Top Timing was snagged back to last from the outside draw. So Oakfield Twilight leads them up, heading down the back and rushing around the outside uncaged. Ritzy 20 settles in third and can take some cover now. Clear from Candy Kiss on the inside of Silent Russian fifth. Several lengths further back to Mistress in advance of Noble Empress. 2 lengths to Seething Seb, a similar margin away to Tip-Top Timing, who's about 10 lengths off the lead. Oakfield Twilight at the 800 metres, a half in front to Uncaged. 2 lengths to Candy Kiss. Ritzy 20s, 1 out, 1 back. Mistress 3 back the fence, then from Silent Russian, then Seething Seb from Noble Empress. Tip-Top Timing and a long range last of all. Oakfield Twilight thunders down the side of the course, a narrow leader from Uncaged. They're 2.5 clear from Ritzy 20s, being revved up on the outside of Candy Kiss, then Silent Russian. A lot of these are struggling to get into the race on the turn. Oakfield Twilight just in front from Uncaged as they come around the turn. Oakfield Twilight beating off Uncaged. They're followed then by down the outside, Tip Top Timing with a good runner now. Mistress getting up on the inside, and in a bound, Mistress raced up to hit the lead and kicked away. Home goes Mistress, won it by 2 lengths to Tip Top Timing. Seething Seb third, followed by Silent Russian. Leaders got tired at the end. Oakfield Twilight and Noble Empress. Candy Kiss, Ritzy 20s has dropped right out, and so did the other leader, Uncaged.
Oh, there was a perler in the previous, and here's another perler of a ride, this time by Tyler Schiller, who had absolutely nowhere to go on Mistress, who got shuffled back to second last, which is usually game, set, match around a tight track like Wyong, but he was as cool as a cucumber. And then the gaps open, and he drove that mare through. Her nose roll and all, she's come away for a comprehensive win. Outstanding piece of horsemanship, that. Tyler Schiller for John O'Shea and the Muirs. Mistress bolts in over Tip Top Timing, Seething 7, Silent Russian. Wow, another tenner, another 10 out of 10 there.
Oh, that's for sure and certain. Lovely ride, and she's obviously taken plenty of improvement from her first up hit out there at Newcastle when placing behind Shuri. Saved plenty of ground, sticking close to the inside, and she was very strong through the line. She looks like she's in for a fantastic preparation, and she'll just continue to improve as she stretches out over a little bit more ground. Tip Top Timing ran a nice race, got back to last, got to the outskirts of the track and worked home well into second spot, but no match for the winner.
Who was raced away to score by 2 lengths with 3/4 of a length between second and third in a time of 1:36.51 and 36.01, the last 600 metres. Regally bred, this mare, they all are when they come from Milburn Creek by More Than Ready, and a Reduced Choice mare in LA Wonder. He had absolutely nowhere to go on the home corner, Tyler Schiller. Absolutely, he had a wall in front of him.
Yeah, that's for sure, and she looked like she was travelling kindly, but as you say, just nowhere to put her feet. But when the gap presented, didn't she dart through? And she's really gone on with the job to win by 2 lengths over a Tip Top Timing. And the one they spec'd at a little bit of a price down the bottom, Seething Seb, has got into third spot. But all honours with Mistress winning second up.
Yeah, Elizabeth joins us for John O'Shea. Well, she looked to be in a spot of bother on the home corner, but somehow the heavens opened up and she's burst through.
Yeah, she did run very well. It's a beautiful ride for Tyler. I was a bit worried on the turn, like she couldn't pass anywhere, but he didn't panic and she just exploded on straight.
She's a lovely mare, isn't she?
Lovely mare. She's a bit awkward to ride because she carries her head a bit high, but when she wants, she's going.
Looks like the sort of mare where a big track might suit her, but she got around Wyong all right today.
Yeah, she did very well. She's probably gonna even better and better. Now she's fit, healthy and happy, so we hope for the next one.
Her owners, John and Trish Muir, will be watching from France, and I think you just made their holiday.
Yeah, hopefully, yes. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
There's Elizabeth, so 1:36.51 overall, last 600 metres, 36.01 the last 600 metres. And Mistress scores and scores well. 10 runs second, Tip Top Timing. That was the fella that they spec for Clary Connors and Brock Ryan, and 12 winds up in third spot. Seething Seb, Karen and Maddie Owen, and 7 incidentally winds up in fourth spot, and that was Silent Russian. Tyler Schiller, winning rider, is now with Shanning.
And well done, Tyler. You're aboard her first up, and the splits just opened up at exactly the right time.
Yeah, got let out of jail by her today. She has a great turn of foot, and she showed it first up from the 400 to the 200, and then probably just got a bit tired late. But today they went a nice speed. She's not helping herself out of the gates, putting herself in an awkward spot. But when it opened up, she had a really good turn of foot, and yeah, she's a progressive filly, but just needs a bit to go away.
Yeah, Elizabeth was just saying she's a bit quirky, so she's got a few little things that she does wrong.
Yeah, and she sort of, I don't know if she's 100% genuine. She goes around like she wants to just look at everything. I think that's what the shadow roll's there for, trying to keep her focused. But she's done it today, and hopefully she can keep going.
Well done.
Thanks.
Royal Merchant very, very short. Royal Merchant, the $1.40 favourite. Got a bit on these in the ratings, and the light is on now, and we're ready to go. Gates are back now, and they're off and racing in the second of the big ones today, and Silencer's jumped away quite well. And Silencer's right up on the speed, together with Stenson Warman going on with the job there. And the roughy Stenson Warman's going to lead here from Silencer, who parks in the third. Royal Merchant, the favourite, up on the outside. Then came Tiger's Roar, charging through into fourth, clear from Fleetwood. Sabuku settles well back in the field from Hell of a Dancer. Then came Samana, and 2 lengths away, back last of all, is Bear to Witness. So in front here is the roughy Stenson Warman, out by 3/4. Now Royal Merchant strides to a clear second. Tiger's Roar leaders back on the inside of Silencer. 2 lengths further back to Fleetwood, pulling 3 wide. Sabuku deeper out. Hell of a Dancer travelling okay, back in the field looking for room. Then came Samana, and Bear to Witness the last one. Warman, Stenson under plenty of pressure now, and the favourite Royal Merchant moves up on the outside. Royal Merchant races to the lead and kicked away. Samana's got the run through into second. It's Royal Merchant in front, holding Samana late. Royal Merchant just in front, won it by a half length. Samana. Silencer third, followed in by Sabuku, Fleetwood, then Hell of a Dancer on the rails. A gap back in the field to Stenson Warman, together with Bear to Witness, and Tiger's Roar got tied in the straight and weakened out.
Well, it was just a case of class prevailing there at $1.40, and we'll do enough. Royal Merchant, who sat up on the speed and went for home. Gee, Samana, who was back last and seemingly going nowhere in a hurry, the stablemate, has weaved a passage. Lovely ride by Gibbo, and will only just miss in trying to gun down the shorty. And stablemate Silencer has done what he always does and run a very creditable race. And Sabuco, at big odds, has run a very cheeky race out wide.
Yeah, favourite wins, Royal Merchant. It looked her race to lose, and she got into that nice spot up outside the lead. Looked like there was some genuine tempo early, but they seemed to relax in the middle part of the race, and she was there, and she dashed at the top of the straight, and it was just a case of her trying to hold off the late charge of Samana, who's gone very well first up from a spell. Has won the 5 of 12 prior to today, and she looks like she's in for a great preparation. Love the run there of the top one. Silencer first up. He can only improve off of that run, and yeah, really good run from Sabuco. Promises a lot, and one day he'll put it all together, and he'll start to work his way through the grades.
Okay, so the placings confirmed: 6, 7, 1 and 3, 6, 7, 1 and 3, and neck by 2.5 in a time of 109.2 and 33.87 in the last 600 metres. So Royal Merchant wins after going around in the Goodwood, the Stradbroke, the Nivison, the Invitation, the Hot Danish, and with the blinkers on for the first time today, she picks up her 5th win this afternoon. A prize money up over $700,000 over the fast-fitting stablemate Samana. 6, 7, 1 and 3. Kieran Maher, David Eustace with the Quinella, the mare, the winner by Merchant Navy, and Joe is about to join us with both of these mares who have gone very well. Royal Merchant, well, it was class prevails there.
Yeah, it was. She was obviously very well placed at the weight. She's a Group 1 winner. Blinkers first time. Ended up in the perfect spot. Travelled well, and yeah, she was good late. But Samana, obviously, lovely mare. She shows you nothing at the trials. Shows you nothing at track work, but on race day she's just a different horse.
Didn't she sprout wings the last little bit, the runner-up?
Yeah, she did. Obviously, she's got a very good record, and she just keeps getting better every prep. She comes back stronger every time, and until you see it on race day, it's hard to tell. But she's in for a good prep too.
What is in store for these girls?
They're both Magic Millions, obviously. Both are likely to go up. Probably the fillies and mares for Royal Merchant, and Samana, the 400 meters, probably will suit her. But obviously, see how they come through it and decide after that.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
It's Joe for Kieran Maher and David Eustace, and Shannon is now with Jason Collins.
This is a mare you've had a lot to do with. Months between the runs, did you suggest putting the blinkers on today?
No. Thanks for the credit, but no, I can't take that one. Yeah, they helped. She was sharp. Yeah, she sat on top of probably too quick a speed last start of the 14, and yeah, the lead up in between, and the trial was really good, and obviously she was set weights, yeah, really suited.
Is she a push button horse to ride?
She is. She is. So, but obviously with the hood, I didn't want to be overdoing it early and revving her up too much. So it's just a case of just working her way across, which she did it easily enough. Had to do a wee bit more just to get outside the leaders, but look, yeah, she was obviously quite well placed in this race.
Well done.
Thank you.
For the fifth of the day, the Empire, the $4 favourite. 1,300 metres the distance. Right, Syzygy Stars is in. There's the light. Stand by. And they're off and racing now. Off in the fifth here at Wyong, and Moshed Up showed a bit of speed out of the gates. And going forward, there is Takara Star in the black cap, a narrow leader from the Empire, and Star Impact third. Then came Soloist, Moshed Up drifting back a little bit, with little beginnings between runners. 2 lengths away to Big Happiness, followed then by Lingui, and a gap back in the field to Syzygy Stars on the outside of Annulus. So the Empire takes the lead now by 3/4 to Takara Star. Then came Soloist, a half length the outside to Star Impact from Little Beginnings, and then came Moshed Up. Annulus making some progress on the rails on the inside of Lingui. Well back in the field then is Big Happiness, who's second last, and Syzygy Star sees them all. The Empire, a narrow leader coming to the turn from Takara Star. The Empire ahead in front to Takara Star. Lingui pulling out wide, starting a runner. On the outside of Star Impact being shoved along. Then came Soloist and Little Beginnings as they straighten up now. And on the inside, it's the Empire really being pressured here by Takara Star. Takara Star pokes the head in front. Lingui starting to a good run down the outside. Takara Star being tackled by Lingui. Lingui went home best, beating Takara Star and Star Impact. Big Happiness from last may have run the fourth. Then came Soloist with Little Beginnings. The rails, the Empire dropped out from Annulus. Then came Moshed Up, and Syzygy Stars was one of the last to finish.
He's won at a fair decent price here, and Lingui is charged down the outside. Tom Sherry on board for Kim Moore, and will blow quite a few out of the quaddie here. Taking out race 5. Went to absolute pieces, as Shani said, in the yard, but it mattered not. Has stormed over the top of them when Takara Star went for home. Out late was Star Impact, and then storming home out wide was Big Happiness. But here's a rough result. Lingui takes out the 5th.
Yeah, she was right on top of the game today, wasn't she? Coming with a well-timed run. She wasn't all that far away in a previous effort there at Hawkesbury when finishing 6th behind Romeo's Choice. Ran into a little bit of traffic issues that day, and just got to the centre of the track and has really let down nicely. We stand by for the minor numbers.
Okay, so 10 goes up into the frame. So a photo of the minors between Takara Star, Star Impact, and also the fast finishing Big Happiness, who was out wide on track. A $26 chance, and on the total upwards of $27 for TAB number 10. A mare by Panzer Division, who gets home in a time of 1:15.95, 34.55. Was the last 600 metres. So it's a local win to Kim Moore and Tom Sherry, who take out the 5th event on the program. And Kim's here with Lingui. Kim, who's put her best foot forward today.
Yeah, she's a lovely filly, and she always draws terrible. So I just said, just go for it, try and be free to cover. I thought there'd be more pace than what there was, but it sort of wasn't as quick as I thought. But look, it all worked out for her, and I was hoping she'd draw a barrier because I was going forward on her today. I'm sick of her going back on slow pace, so it all worked out. He rode her a treat.
Pace was hard to work out, wasn't it? It did look like there was going to be, plenty of it up front.
Definitely did, but it didn't eventuate as quick as what we thought. thought, but it still all worked out for her. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. The Yee family have been with you for years, Kim.
Oh, they're such good people, and they deserve every winner they get. They put a lot of money into racing, and he had a winner Friday night at Canterbury as well, so a nice Christmas present for him.
Great job.
Thank you.
There's Kim Moore, and Robin's here as well. Half length by, well, a dead heat, take note, for second between 7 and 9. So Star Impact and Takara Star, they couldn't split, and 4 Big Happiness will wind up in 4th spot. And Tom Sherry, the winning rider, is now with Shani.
Tom, good job, and she got to the line really well.
Yeah, she began well and travelled really well throughout the race, which is, I thought I'd start to be back last, and she chased really well, but she was on the ball today and really wanted to do it. I just allowed her to creep into it from the 600, but she attacked the line strong, really chased hard, and that was a good win.
Good on.
Cheers.
Wires locked away, the lights on, we're ready for the Wyong 2-year-old Classic. Stand by. Racing now, and Spywire began brilliantly from the wide draw, and as a narrow leader from Highness in the early part, and now Toka's moving up on the inside. Sneaky Sophia settles in 4th. 3 lengths to Justice Please, and 2 lengths away to Piero Light. So the favourite takes the lead, Spywire by a length and a half. Toka's pulling hard in second position, and Highness dropped back a few lengths in 3rd from Sneaky Sophia. Then came Piero Light at a length off to Justice Please. So the favourite Spywire at the 600 metres is bowling along in the lead by 2 lengths on Toke in second position. Just starting to take closer order now. It's Spywire a half in front to Toke, 2 lengths away to Highness, and a gap back to the rest as they come to the turn. And Spywire in front by a half to 3/4 to Toke, who just wobbled a bit on the turn. And Spywire goes for home at the top of the straight, opens up 2, 3 lengths in front. Highness goes to second now. Toke back to third. Spywire in front of Highness is really chipping into the margin. Coming quickly, Highness. Oh, your Royal Highness over the top. Knocked off the favourite Spywire. A gap back to either Toke or Justice Please, hitting the line hard for third. A gap back to Sneaky Sophia. And back last of all was Piero Light.
Oh, he's come over the top of Spywire, who looked absolutely home and hosed. And Tyler Schiller, well, he went for the doctor. There's Tommy Berry. Do you think he doesn't like this fella? Highness, forget $26 in the Magic Millions. He will tumble in all markets. Following that decisive victory, he's gone straight past Spywire and gone on to win the $900,000 yearling. He's off to the Gold Coast. Toke will wind up in 3rd spot. Justice Please was 4th. I think just about everybody thought Spywire was home. Tommy Berry had other ideas.
Yeah, great win, wasn't it? Highness really putting in some big bounds late to reel in Spywire, who stole a march on the point of the home corner. Toke, who was under pressure, approaching the home turn, has boxed on into 3rd spot, and they've got something to work with Justice Please. But Highness has taken plenty of benefit out of that first preparation. Ran well in the Breeders' Plate, has trialled well leading in, and Tommy Berry was pretty impressed with the work of Highness there, posing for the camera late.
It gets in by a half length in the end. It's 4 3/4 between second and third. Michael Friedman is about to join us. You have got a ripping colt on your hands.
Yeah, he's such a laid-back character. I was just saying to James, at the top of the straight, I was a little bit worried sort of how disinterested he was. Tommy had to sort of give him a crack around the backside just to sort of wake him up. But I think he's got a really good future. I loved his run in the Breeders' Plate, where he didn't have a great deal of luck back early in the spring, and had a little bit of a let up and went to Newcastle for a trial the other day. But I think he's a pretty high-class colt.
Whatever he did today, he was only going to improve on.
Yeah, he's still a little bit showy in condition, and I think just learning to be a racehorse. He's still, obviously that early in his career, he hasn't sort of put it all together yet, but I think he's done a lot of that today just on raw ability. So, hopefully if he comes through it well, we've got a ticket to the Gold Coast now, so, fingers crossed we hold together.
You're not just run down a horse that had big raps, you went past him.
Yeah, and I just heard they ran very good time, which is always a good indication with young 2-year-olds. So, no, I mean, even though it was only a small field, you might find it's a pretty good race.
What ideally would you like to do with him between now and the Gold Coast?
Yeah, we're sort of just on 4 weeks away, thereabouts. Look, I would probably think he'll need a trial or something. I don't think we need to go to the races again, but probably find a trial for him, 10 days, 2 weeks out, just to keep him up to the mark.
Tommy's always liked him.
He has, yeah. It's usually because I tell him.
Well done, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Great job, isn't he? A nice cold Highness. $26 would have been luxurious in a Magic Millions. Prior to today, it will be long gone, I suspect.
Well, there were a few people this morning saying if you like him, jump on at the 26s, because if he wins today, you will not be getting that. So he will firm up. We'll have to get a new price for you. Hopefully our mates in the tab, or the tab traders, can send us a new price, because he certainly will firm up of today's effort. Tommy's about to come over, a few very happy owners, and we'll get Tommy's thoughts. So he's had a lot to do with this horse. I know you've always liked him. Take us through the run. What were you thinking halfway through?
Oh, look, he's a very laid-back character, and I said that to James and Michael and the team after his trial up at Newcastle. I said, don't worry, I know he only won it by a length or so, but just felt like I had so many gears. He's still a baby, and when I trialled him before his first up run, sort of him and Bodyguard are very similar in types. They're both lovely, but this guy I always felt he'd be better with the prep, and he showed that here today, and that's probably as underdone and everything that you're going to see him. There's a lot more improvement there.
Did you feel like you were going to wear Tyler down?
Oh, from the top of the straight, I pulled the stick through to the right and give him a smack, and geez, he just lowered and took off, and I was like, I was going to get him. It was just a matter of when, but I think that Gold Coast straight's going to suit him a little bit better up at the Magic Millions. It's going to be awesome.
And that 1,200 metres, he's going to eat up every part of it.
Yeah, he will, and as I said, that will switch him on a little bit. He was very laid back today. I was a bit worried going to the gates on how laid back he was, and he was the same in the run, and he's going to have to be a bit more switched on in the Magic Millions up in Queensland, because it's a bigger field, more tempo, but I'm sure when he's getting picked up and pushed around that tight track there, he'll wake up.
Well done, Tom.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
And there's very little between Smiling Prophet and Bojangles in the betting. Par 5 in the market. There's the light now, and we're ready to go. And the last real Wyong. Racing now. Par 5 was one of the last into stride. Cardenzio left the gates quite well. Double Scoop is pretty handy. Northumbria's improving on the rails, and London's deep out. So it's Gardenzio going forward on the outside now of Magic Statement, and they vie for the early lead going inside the 800 metres. London to a clear third, followed by Northumbria. Double Scoop drifting back, followed by Smiling Prophet. Then came Par 5. Bojangles back in the field, covering a bit of ground. And last of all is Safado. So they race inside the 600 metres, and Magic Statement, a big odd, shows the way from Gardenzio. London in a three-wide position, getting closer the outside. Northumbria gets a nice run on the back of the speed, followed by Double Scoop. Then Bojangles well back, and Safado's the widest they turn, and sustaining a run now. London moved up now. Races to a two-length lead from Northumbria coming through the middle. Bojangles wide out. London in front. Bojangles is coming quickly. London in front from Bojangles. Just missed, I'd say. Give it to London. A short half head to Bojangles. Northumbria third, followed in by Gardenzio. Further back then to Smiling Prophet from Safado. Double Scoop, Par 5, and Magic Statement. Photo in the last.
Yes, and a close photo it'll be. The inside London trying to grip on, but here live Jason Collett and Tommy Berry coming at him on the outside on Bojangles. I think he'll get up the outside.
Wowee, he will indeed.
Will he get it?
I think so. He's had the momentum up and I reckon might have arrived right on the peg.
He has, Mick. 8 goes up into the frame. He's got there in the nick of time. Well, Kimwar had heart palpitations at the last meeting when Tommy got strung up behind a couple of horses. Heart will be well and truly in her mouth there, but she gets the job done again with Tommy and nose in it. The outside gets it 8, defeats 1. 3 will get third, Northumbria, and number 4, Smiling Prophet from the back, will wind up in 4.
I know that was a hectic speed and that was always going to play to the hands of Bojangles, but you've got to give him credit. He was back at 3 wide facing the breeze. He had to make that long sustained run and he's got a real future. He's 2 from 2 this preparation after a couple of luckless runs in the initial prep, and he's really sprouted wings. London was brave, looked like he was going to hang on, and he's been grabbed right on the line.
Right, a nose by 1 1/4. Kim's taking a deep breath. Now, Tommy did it to you the other day. He's done it, and what's he trying to do to you?
He's meaning to do this. He was so cocky before he went out, and he said, doesn't matter where he is, he'll just win. So he nearly gets put over the outside fence, and no, gave me a heart attack, honestly.
He did it the other day too, but I tell you what, this horse just knows where the line is too.
He's a good little horse, we bred him, my owners, John Stewart, Robert Ralston, and they're great owners for a long time with me, and I'm so happy he's got a good horse because he deserves it.
What a motor he's got, Bojangles.
I don't know how good he is yet, but he's just impressive. Going from a maiden to a 64 3-year-old.
On a big day where there's plenty of people around, but nothing seems to faze him, Kim.
No, he's a cool little cat. Yeah. He's a bit cheeky though.
Is he?
Yeah. He's like his mother.
And he's like his rider.
Very.
On your Kim Ward there. Nose my 1 1/4, 103 neat overall. He's quirky. He did this the other day when he came back to scale, and Kim midway through the interview virtually had to dart off because this is what he can do, this horse.
I was just talking to Amanda who works for Kim as well, and she said he's got a lot of...
He's got a spunk about him.
He's got a lot in him, yeah.
Yes.
He, like Lingui, walked into the yard and he was a bit of a hot mess. So, as I said, I had to be careful what I said.
That is
because
the flavour of the day, Shannon.
It is, but both trained locally, so they don't have that float trip away, so they can get a little bit stirry and very warm, and that's exactly how the pair of them presented, and they've both gotten up and won, so maybe yards aren't that important.
Oh, Shani, don't detract from the marvellous job you do. 8, 1, 3 and 4, the numbers, and for the second time today, Tommy's on his way over. And there he is, the thorn between the two roses as he comes over, Shan.
You were aboard him the other day and he was expected to do that. Did you expect him to find the line as well as he did today?
Yeah, I did. I've got a lot of time for this guy. But the other day we sort of held him up late. I gave him a pretty easy time of it because he was only first up. So today it was time to see how good he was, and a lot of mixed emotions going through the run. He never travelled for me at all and picked up really well coming to the corner. And then I got sort of taken off stride coming around the corner. And then, he was just too good from late, wasn't he?
Kim thinks he goes good. How good do you think he goes?
He's definitely up to Saturday grade. That's no doubt about it. And I think the original plan I think was to run him on Friday night, and if he ran there, he probably wins as well. But Kim's really good at keeping these horses calm and getting through their grades and giving them confidence. And he's a horse who's a bit hot, so I'll leave the training up to her, and I'll just keep riding him.
Good job, Tom.
Cheers, thanks.